that cage control, where to set up the takedown at, where to control the fight is going to. It used to be wrestling to control, but now we're seeing people use striking to control where they're at for an MMA fight. So
okay, now, thankfully. All right, let's get started here. Conflict 49 underway.
Cage, circling from the bat.
That is Kelsey Vigil in the blue tape.
Emma has the middle. She's stalking that base. She's staying tight. This is one of those things where I tell people, like, don't try to make yourself step around the same spot too much. She's doing a good thing of stepping just off. Ooh, yep, now they're back on top of each other. They're taking their time. They're measuring. They're both trying to establish that first. Who's going to take that center first? Great patience from both of these.
Yeah, showing some really good patience for the debut.
Are they doing 2-minute or 3-minute rounds tonight?
I would imagine it's going to be 2 minutes with both these young ladies making their debuts here.
That was great patience and measurement from the start. That's some great stuff to see behind that jab and the cross of these two ladies to start it off.
Yeah, now technically, like you were saying, with that limited clinching from this Glory rule set, was that knee even considered a legal shot?
And let's just see here, we have Emma throwing the heavy hooks up tight. And this is where you have to be cautious. This is where Muay Thai comes in handy, where you try and frame in and stop. It's not always the best thing is to try and punch back during a slugfest like that.
Yeah, Kelsey Vigil's got that very traditional Muay Thai build. She's not using the teep. She's not using the front kick. It's just all hands so far.
All hands. And Emma Murray is staying seated on her base. I love it. Kelsey's coming up a little high. You see that?
On that cross.
She's putting her head up into that overhand. Even though if you're the taller fighter, it doesn't mean you need to be, or if you're the taller person, don't be the taller fighter. Drop your head by like a ½ inch down. We see that Emma is not breaking from her stance at all, and that's where she's getting the control of this fight from.
And now the circling, she's starting to cut off the circling as well. That's what, she's circling, but she's not doing it in a way that allows her to escape.
Great knee on the inside
and getting some offense of her own now.
Yeah, that was a great knee to push, but she has to be in front more. She's missed great angle, great hook out from Kelsey. But you see she's never settled back to home. Like that was I'll say this, that was a really fun round to see. You see Emma trying to march forward the whole time. You see Kelsey doing the right thing of like not circling the same way the whole time. She's just breaking it up. She needs to try and attack offline a bit more. But man, that's a great showing to start off the night for some kickboxing.
All action from these two young ladies in their debuts. And it is so hard to prepare for a fight like this and come in and just not be nervous.
Well, I'll say this, this is Emma's third fight, and she's showing a lot of, like, even for her third fight in the cage, she's 1-1. She's showing great composure. Where you're seeing that Kelsey is kind of getting that first fight happy feet, where you're still trying to figure out where you're at in that cage.
Kelsey Vigil is dancing in the corner.
She is very light on her feet.
She's having a very good time.
But Emma is looking like it's not the fighter to be dancing around. That dancing's getting her hit with a lot of overhands. And, man, that'll add up going to that third round.
Well, she's fighting like a fighter who is able to use ring craft and circle away and create kicks, but she's not escaping.
Exactly. Yeah. She is attacking online, but Emma.
Exactly. And always forward.
Always forward. Yes. I love it. And right back in behind it, coming in over the top. Ooh, great
nice
turn
cross.
Off. Still high on those kicks. Emma sitting low, Kelsey staying high.
Whoa,
the check hook stepping back.
Kelsey Vigil with her most significant strike of the fight so far.
Oh, they're both kicking at the same time. They are just, I told people, women's kickboxing is some of the most high-paced, like, guys, you got to keep up with this.
Yeah, these two young ladies are setting the bar high for the rest of the night.
Oh, here we go. Tying back up. This is that limited clinch. It creates a lot of breaks, so the action stays continuous. Now, we can see with Kelsey, like, there's not a lot of damage happening in that clinch, but the pause in action can add up a lot.
Also, you notice Emma Murray no longer forward. She's taking a little bit of time, which is allowing Kelsey to circle on her.
Yeah, we see that. Oh, great knee from Kelsey. She's turning it back around right there. We're starting to see Emma's missing more shots than she's landing, and that adds up just like walking in. They're evening the playing field for each other a little bit, and now she came in a little high and paid the price.
And Kelsey's taking some significant strikes this round, but so far she's coming out ahead in the exchanges.
She is, yeah. It's funny. It's like she's done like more damage with 3 or 4 strikes than Emma's done with some volume.
Head coach definitely called for more kicks. You can tell because we're seeing a lot.
Oh, great head kick that snuck up right there. Great knee, but has to keep that head down. She has to keep that head down on that clinch.
Luckily,
these overhands just coming right over the ear from Emma are just finding their home. Oh, great composure in the pocket. See, that's the problem of being up high. You're kind of crashing over now. That much footwork can be exhausting in your first fight.
Yeah, especially when you're dancing in the corner between rounds, you know?
She's on ice skates, but it's really hard to throw punches on ice skates.
Hey.
Well, I'm no hockey fan.
In the words of Wesley Snipes, some people are always trying to ice skate uphill.
And that's how Kelsey's fighting, with that chin up in the air right now.
All right, referee Justin Brown putting a stop to that clip.
It is good to notice that quote is trademarked by Marvel Studios, so please do not come after us, Wesley Snipes tax accountant. We got nothing for you, just like Wesley has nothing for you. Now, back to these two. This has been another great, we saw some good openings from Kelsey. She hit her with that great check hook. She turned her off the cage. She had a stiff jab, a stiff knee to the body that got a reaction. She had a damaging low kick, but this volume from Emma, man, that is hard to deal with.
Too.
However, we're starting to see that first round, she had no issue missing. That second round, every time she missed, she took a bigger breath back. And that's when Kelsey was finding her openings.
I was about to say,
so now this third round, I still see Emma ahead, but this third round can always turn around. I've seen a lot of fights start off where it can almost be like a 10-7 from knockdowns to the first round. It's dead even in the second. That person behind can come back and win in the third. Kickboxing is insane like that. In this pace, with Emma always coming forward, let's see what she might run into in this last round.
Kelsey Vigil did accept the stool in between those two rounds.
Oh, Kelsey just rushing
Coming
in.
forward immediately.
She's trying to take that middle away from Emma off the bat. She knows that she has to try. Oh, but now she's on the back pedal outside. Man, when you have someone that can just bulldog forward with a good base like that, the mental fatigue of knowing, God, they are still coming at me, that adds up. I've been there. I'm a very casual guy. When I fought people like Emma, guys that would come forward the whole time, it wears on you.
They trade leg kicks right there.
Heavy leg kicks from both of these women. Great pullback from Kelsey.
Yeah, and that headgear is doing a lot of favors for Emma Nelson, too. She's Emma Murray shoes. She's just able to come forward.
Man, Emma is just biting down and just throwing like she's punching on a tee right now, as I say. Yeah. Heavy low kick. That is a great low kick she has. If Kelsey could just stay back and throw a bit more just outside her punch range, she has great kicks, great knees. She's just too worried about landing her punches on the face first. Always get comfortable with your jab being your longest and your shortest punch. She eats that big hook.
When a fighter like this, a big puncher, is coming forward constantly on you, do you ever think to tell your students to teep or front kick to the body?
Absolutely,
like
and this is one thing that I stress out, where you have to get comfortable, like I said, throwing past your jab, of knowing if you're not throwing it, where that range is behind. Kelsey knew just took a big hook. Oh, she looked at the cage to see where she was in there.
And Easy E is on the warpath, coming forward like a bulldozer now.
She's knocking Kelsey's hair out of the headgear right now, but props to Kelsey for staying in right there. Oh, great pressure. But this is where those breaks happen right there. And Emma's just biting down, staying forward. Look at her just walking in, keeping her hands high. A little bit of a schoolyard headlock there. But yeah, if Kelsey could just stay back behind her punches. Oh, walks into a punch. See that? She's trying to find her kicks at the wrong range.
She's not setting her exactly. The wrong range.
She's trying exactly. Oh,
Kelsey
catches
comes
Emma.
over the top with a huge left of her own to finish this fight.
And that's one thing I stress all the time, is kicking from the right space. It is, you can interrupt fighters like that, but you have to get those reps in the gym. And you can't learn how to do that in a fight. Those are reps that when you got to pressure people in the gym to make them get comfortable with that range.
These two young ladies go to war for 3 straight rounds to start off conflict 59.
What a debut. I'll say this, Kelsey Vigil is someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming out of an MMA gym, I'll say this.
To take a fight against a girl with already 2 fights.
If she has a future in MMA, that's some great striking for it. Where Emma has much more of a pure striking style. Kelsey had some great in and out footwork that could really work for entries for takedowns.
I think Easy E will be getting the easy nod here.
About a round of applause
in her third fight.
Yeah, that was pretty straightforward the whole fight.
And Emma Murray.
Both girls landed big in that fight. Both girls were able to rock each other in that fight, but at the end of the day, it was just Emma Murray in all 3 rounds.
Absolutely. Even in losing this fight, there's a lot of good things to take away. A split decision, wow.
Split decision from the blue corner, Kelsey.
Interesting. How do you feel about that? Are we off to a weirdo start?
we're kind of off to a weird start.
The winner in a split decision.
That's an interesting call.
Yeah.
I'll say this.